Not
Even.
lying.
Close enough.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Woo!
Oh, it's the new year. We made it.
Mm-hmm. And it just started, so that doesn't really make sense. But I hope you guys all had a safe New Year. And I don't know why I just thought about the popper again.
Oh, yeah, because right at midnight, my mom, because I bought a bunch of poppers for everybody, and she popped it into her hand. I don't know how you
Like,
do that.
face down into her palm
Like,
or
why
something.
were you holding it backwards?
Oh, goodness.
And then
that
she
was
called
great.
in sick and said the date was 1990.
It's like, whoa, went back in time 100 years.
And she was like, oh man, like they're gonna think I'm drunk. I said the wrong year. Me thinking like, oh, she probably said 2018. That's normal. And then she was like, I said 1919.
It's like, what? How did that happen?
I'm like, oh, you're starting your year off clumsy.
Yeah. Blowing up your hand and then calling in the wrong date by a century almost. Like, oh, goodness. That's great. But, yeah, so we're happy to continue on into the new year. So what do you have planned for the year?
Well, I was thinking this year we can try something different, you know?
Uh-huh.
Try and do like a different format.
Ooh,
Yeah.
sounds interesting.
Yeah, something a bit more fun.
That's
I like to play a game of what ifs.
What if what?
I don't know, just scenarios.
Ah, creepy. Like creepy scenarios?
It could be any scenarios, I guess. Or what would you do?
What would you do? What was it James said that one time that was just so random?
No, he said multiple different weird ones, because there was one where he's like, what would you do if you like turned, like if you looked at another car while you were at a stoplight and there's just like some guy with his dick in his hand? I'm like, what?
It's like, why are you looking that far over his car door, first of all?
I don't know, he does some crazy ones.
Yeah. Well, we'll try and keep it a bit more tame than that, but... So, even though it is a new year, you know, new year, new us, we're still not even lying.
Hey, play on words.
Whoa, so creative. But going back to the what ifs, I had just thought of something, because I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but I have this like fear of aliens. I don't know if I've ever brought that up, but I have a really
only
big
every
phobia.
day.
Yeah, you know, live in fear, don't sleep. So you never know when there'll be one at your window.
You live on the second floor. They're not gonna be.
They come in UFOs. What are you talking about?
It's just gonna float outside your window and just stare
You don't know
at
what
you.
kind of powers aliens have.
Okay.
But anyways, because typically I feel like it's always that aliens come abduct you, abduct you, and they'll like probe your ass and stuff. But speaking of which, do you think
It's
not
strange
probing
segue.
asses, not probing asses?
That's a strange segue.
But imagine, because you know how there's like a sport fisherman who like will catch fish but then just put them back in the water.
Yeah, I used to do that as a kid.
Oh, you're horrible.
Well,
Just think about
excuse me.
the type of mental impact you had on that fish. He's gonna go back to his like other fish friends and be like, dude, I got abducted by aliens and they just held me and did weird shit and then they brought me back and they were like, Clarence, you're crazy. There's no such thing, you know? Like,
Well, I was fishing in a pond, so I mean, those fish, like, I guess were bought and thrown in there anyways.
really, is that how fish get in a pond?
Well, a pond is man-made.
I don't know this shit.
Yeah.
I didn't go
And,
to school.
Because where my dad lived, there was like a pond and everything, and then they had grills and stuff. So I guess some people who lived there, they'd go fishing and then they would like cook the fish right there.
Oh, that's messed up.
Yeah. So my dad would take me fishing, and like I didn't at that time. I was like, ugh, fish, gross.
Now that's all you eat?
Yeah. And so I just thought it was like really cool to fish.
Mm-hmm.
It was really fun. So, but we would just like put it back.
Yeah. I don't know. I've always wanted to go fishing, but I never have. Like, I always thought it was cool, but every time just the idea of it, I always just thought, like, no, that's what rich people do, so I'll never be able to do that. so I've never gone fishing.
Not just rich people do that.
I don't know. It's just like I said. It's just in my mind. That's how I saw that. I was like, that's expensive. You have to have a boat. You need to go out to the
What?
lake.
No, you don't.
Again, I don't know anything about it, so that's just in my mind. It seemed like an expensive hobby and something I'd never be able to do.
It's really not expensive at all. I guess unless you want to go all out and get like the most expensive thing, but no, it's not. And to me, it's always seemed like a camping thing, you know? Like just something you do when you camp, I guess.
Yeah, well, to me, camping also seemed expensive because you have to pay for the campground, buy a tent, buy all the camping gear, buy a bow and arrow, get your hunting license.
I mean, if you want to go all out with it, I guess. But the whole point of camping is like I don't know. You can be pretty cheap with it to get like a really cool experience, you know? Be out in the wilderness.
I guess so.
Your bare hands.
Bare hands. Like gloves that are bear claws.
Sure, if you want. It's whatever you make it.
I guess so.
Life is what you make it.
Back to the aliens, which you probably would be abducted if you went camping, by the way.
Well, I haven't yet.
Haven't gone camping yet or been abducted?
Abducted, I've
that
been
you
camping.
remember.
And I do have a really bad memory.
But say, I feel like since that's usually the plot, they kidnap you, probe your ass, and, they put you back, nobody believes you. What if it was instead, like, UFO comes down and this friendly alien pops out and he's just like, hey, would you like to come aboard my ship and take a journey across the stars? Like, would you, what would you do? Like, would you be, like, freaked out? Would you be, I don't know.
I don't think I would go, though, just because, stranger danger. Like, isn't that the
nice
same
guy.
concept? How do you know he's nice?
Well, that's the prompt. In this scenario, he's a nice guy. He's a normal, regular guy who's like,
no,
hey...
he's not. He's an alien.
Okay, well, he's a regular alien guy who's gonna, he just wanted... He's like... It's like back in the 70s, how there was hitchhikers, and they were just like, dude, you want to come with me across to California? And be like, yeah, totally. Except now you're going through space. With another species.
What? Okay, so, like, what kind...
Whoa!
Like...
Let me get my catalog of aliens.
No, I mean just, like in terms of, like, an example from, like, what movie or show or something,
Well, I guess I didn't have one, but let's see.
Like, what did you have in mind?
I just, like, some alien popped up and said, hey, do you want to go on this space voyage
I mean, I
with
guess
me?
if it was, like... Because I always thought it was cool how on Farscape... He ended up in that, like, when he went through the wormhole, and he ended up on that alien ship and just, like, with a bunch of aliens. I was like, oh, man, that would be really cool. I don't know if I would be able to survive the way he did.
Yeah, I feel like that was very, very much like, oh, he's going to survive since he's the main character, but... Because I feel like he probably would have died in the very beginning,
I don't know.
You don't think so?
What do you mean? How?
Like when he just appeared on the ship, they're all like, they're hostile people,
But they weren't, though. They, like, yeah, they were prisoners, but they were actually good guys, technically.
What was his name? Dargo?
Mm-hmm.
Right? I don't know. He seemed like he would have just killed him, And then from what I saw more of, was the little floaty guy's name? Rigel, there we go. I was close. I was thinking like Rydell, but I was like, that sounds wrong. I feel like he showed that he's like he had this weird side to him, like kind of creepy, betrayal-ish kind of thing. Like,
well, he
very monarchy.
He is very, like, he would betray any one of them, but that's just because he's very selfish. Because he's like, oh, I'm the king and stuff, like, oh, I'm Rigel and stuff.
Yeah. But, okay, so I guess that's different, though, because he ended up there, I'm talking about, like they came down, and I guess it's not just like a, hey, hop in, like, I guess.
You mean like Doctor Who?
I haven't seen enough of Doctor Who to really know what you're talking about.
Well, I guess...
Because I know they have, like, an interaction first, right?
Yeah, they first go, like, on an adventure, or, like, something happens, for them to kind of get to know him before they go off with him.
Okay, well, that's what I was going to ask next. Like, what if it was like that? Like, It comes down. You guys have some type of like interaction, so you.
I
It's
mean,
not
sure, if we
super-
hit it off, you know, like I'll be like, yeah, like say if the doctor was here, you know.
He's not an alien. I guess
What? Yes, he is.
he's a Time Lord.
He's an alien.
Is he?
Yes.
Again, I don't know anything about Doctor Who.
Oh my goodness. Yes, he's an alien. He comes from like another planet and everything. He has different anatomy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess, again, I don't know any of that. Well, why does he have all these, like then transcending powers and stuff, you know? Like, I don't know. It just seemed like he'd be a whole lot more than just an alien.
What do you mean transcending powers?
Like I don't know. He can time travel.
He has a spaceship that is a time machine as well.
Yeah, but he also can reincarnate, right?
Yeah, that's all Time Lords are like that. Like his entire planet is like that.
So there's a bajillion Doctor Who's?
Well, that's just what he goes by as the Doctor. He
Oh,
has
okay.
a real name, but nobody knows it. And
But what I'm saying is there's a bunch of these creatures going around
There
in time
was.
machines.
they're all dead now.
Okay, and
There
he's the
was
last one.
there was a war.
So it's Superman.
Kinda, yeah, I
Okay.
guess. Except there's always the Master, who is his like arch nemesis, who used to be like his friend. I don't know. It's complicated.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, see, again, I didn't know any of that. So, I guess, yeah, sure, like Doctor Who then, except it's not a time travel spaceship. Well, I guess
Oh,
technically
man.
since you travel through time to get through space, so I guess technically, yeah.
Yeah, I guess if it were like that, like I said, like if we hit it off and stuff,
Mhm.
why not? That'd be cool to.
What if you
see.
didn't hit it off?
Then I don't see how it would work that way. You know, like we're traveling together. We'd
But
be
I mean-
spending all
I
that
mean-
time. You know.
I mean, like, not like you guys hated each other, but just like it was kind of like, not like, like, oh, I can't see myself being best friends with this thing, you know? Especially, like, what if it was, like, super creepy, intimidating looking alien, but it didn't mean you harm? Would you still fear it?
I mean, it's human nature to fear what you don't know.
But you do know him now a little. Her, it. It's 2019. We've transcended 2018. Gotta be extra careful now.
I don't know. What would you do?
I think first, because I'm not really like a pass out type of person, but I'm not sure if I would, like, pass out. And then, so I don't know if I'd be kidnapped and taken against my will. But I feel, I don't know, I have like this, like, like, an affinity, I guess, for space. So, I don't know, I feel like my initial reaction would be to want to go, but still have this, like, extreme reservation about it. But also, I think my biggest fear about aliens is it's because they're always hostile. So if I was approached by one that wasn't hostile, I don't really feel like I would have that same fear. Because say, like, even like an animal, it literally is just another creature. Yeah, it inhabits this earth, but it is nothing like us in any way. So I don't really fear animals like that. So what difference would it be that it's from a different planet, If it's still, like, good in nature, I feel like I'd be pretty okay. Especially if it is intelligent and stuff. It's like, oh, cool, I can actually talk to you. Something can grow from this on top of being able to see space.
So you're saying you would go?
Yeah.
Okay, because from that, you were saying how, like, you'd be terrified and everything, but then you were like, oh, well,
Well, that's what I said. Since I'm not really like a pass out type of person, I was like, I don't know if that would happen. But if not, since I don't fear these things, I think I would overcome it because it's not a hostile one, is what I said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's how I was like, then I think it'd be fine for that reason, because my main fear is because they're hostile.
I guess it would just be like, how would you know?
I don't know. But it's the same thing like with any person that you meet. If you go to school and some guy's like, oh, hey, can I borrow a pencil? Like, that could be something that can, become something, or for all you know, later he's going to beat you up. That happened to me in real life. So...
I mean, there was a kid in school who would steal my pencils, but he never beat me up.
Yeah,
Even
no.
though he was a little bitch. He stole my pencils, man. I wrote my name on them and everything too, because I would always be like, "That's my pencil," and he'd be like, "No, it's not. This is mine." And there was these quarter machines in the cafeteria, and they had like those cool like pencils with like the flames on them, and they had different colors, and I was trying to collect the colors. I think there was only like 3 or 4. And
just so you know, pencil
them.
collecting was a thing back in the day, guys.
They
all
look
the rage.
cool. And he would take them all the time. So I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna write my name on them. So I would like rub the pencil against the desk so like the paint would come off, and then I'd write my name. And then he'd still deny that they were mine, and he'd like cover it up with his hand. I was like, it literally says
I love the
it.
logic of like when you were a kid and stuff, like not you specifically, but just anybody. It's like, say that kid for instance, like he literally thought he could get away with that.
Yeah.
You know, like what?
Apparently he did, because I couldn't get him. I wasn't gonna fight him for it, but I'm just like,
that's where you went wrong.
Yeah, and then that back then that was when like color pencils. I mean, not color pencils. Mechanical pencils were like.
I was gonna say, you mean stencils?
When mechanical pencils were like new, or at least they were
really
to me.
What grade is this?
I was in like 3rd grade.
Because I remember having mechanical pencils in 3rd grade.
Oh, well, I mean, it was new to me. Like,
okay.
I never seen them before.
Okay.
I wasn't rich, okay?
Oh, okay. Watch out. I'm going fishing and camping over here, but you're not rich. You know.
That's not expensive.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Living the good life, you know.
But yeah, and then my friends would give me like mechanical pencils and stuff, and like I had a bunch of them, like a handful, and he would always steal them. I don't understand why. Bothers me to this day. This is like 20 years later or something. I don't know, like it was 10 years later or something. I don't know.
Wait, that wouldn't make sense. Yeah, I was like, wait, hold on.
That's
well,
what
if you were in 3rd grade, you were
that was like
7 or 8?
02 or 03, so.
Holy fuck. There was no way you were in 3rd grade in 02 or 03. That's impossible.
I was in 1st grade in 2001.
No, you weren't.
It was the end of 1st grade in 2001, and then I started 2nd grade at the end of 2001.
No, you didn't.
I graduated in 2012.
That doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me.
How does that not make sense?
I don't want to think about it. Just,
Do you forget how old you are and how young I am?
No, I just, it's just like, I'm like, wait, that doesn't make sense. Because if you were in 1st grade in 2001, oh, you know what? I'm stupid. That's why. That's why it doesn't make sense. I was thinking the start of my high school was when I graduated, and I was like, wait, what?
What?
yeah, never mind. So anyway.
This is like how the year 3000 is going to be in like, what did you say? Like 80-something years?
Yeah, I was like, is it crazy in 81 years it's going to be the year 3000?
I really thought you were messing with me.
No.
And I was like, no, it's not. And you kept saying, yes, it is in 81 years. I was like, is this a joke? Are you like playing a prank on me?
Oh man, I am not smart.
You're the one who's supposed to be good at math.
Nobody said that ever.
You're better than I am at it.
That doesn't mean I'm good at it.
I'm always like, wait, so if this is 30% off, how much is that? And you're like, oh, it's this or something. Well, or you catch it in movies like, that's not right.
I guess, but I mean, I don't know, that seems easier to me than something simple like addition. I can't add. I think that's what it gets to, that it's like I can't even think. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, where were we with the aliens?
I don't know. You said like that you would go with them and stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I mean, I would go with them again just because I want to explore space. But then it also just makes me think like you know, if we have something to fear, then what would some even higher being fear? I would assume there's still something they fear, you know? And I'm like, what if we run into that? Or, you know, like, what can happen? But then I'm like, isn't that just part of the adventure?
Well, that's what you're signing up for, because you're signing up to go into space, something you could already die in.
Yeah, because I can't breathe.
And then, like, if you're going to other planets or whatever, how are you going to survive?
You know what's weird?
Does the alien have something for you to be able to survive in that environment?
That's true. what if he just eats me?
Like, how do you know the alien has anything for you to be able to, like food and stuff for you?
That's true. I don't know what I would eat in space. Or if my body would be even able to digest anything that... Yeah, unless he gives me time to pack and stuff, you know?
Oh, you're gonna have just, like, enough time to pack enough food for however long this trip is.
Yeah, you know. Or, I mean, he has a spaceship. We can make a pit stop back at Earth, you know? Like, oh shit, I'm low on supplies.
I mean, how fast is his ship?
I don't know. I don't know him. He's not real. This is all fantasy. Come on now. Trying to stick reality in here. What's wrong with you?
I mean, if I went with Doctor Who, he has like he has like a shit ton of stuff in his ship. His ship is huge, but it looks small on the outside.
Okay, well, I guess I want you to branch away from thinking you're going with Doctor Who. You're not going with Doctor Who.
I mean, his name isn't Doctor Who, but...
You're not going with...
The Doctor?
No.
It's just the Doctor.
What is it? I forgot his name. David Tennant. You're not going with David Tennant. You know, imagine if he did show up, he probably would have that big beard like in... what was it called?
Mary Queen of Scots.
Yeah.
I knew that was him. I was like, that kind of looks like him, like his eyes and everything, and it sounded like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a better look for being a Time Lord doctor. You know, he just looked like, oh yeah, this guy's been alive for a while. You know. Yeah,
well, the Doctor's supposed to be like a nerd, pretty much. You know.
That's why he's alone.
He has companions that come with him.
Please be my friend. I got a cool spaceship.
He started out as an old guy.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. I remember seeing I forgot what it was. It was like some weird little clip, and I was like, wow, it's all like, it wasn't even black and white. It was like sepia toned or something, you know? I was like, whoa, they have some color. But okay, no Doctor Who, no TARDIS, no timey-wimey stuff, you know?
I don't know, if I was in the world of Farscape, maybe, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'd probably die pretty easily, but...
Yeah, that's true. Because, did they explain that in Farscape? I don't remember, as far as, like, him being able to breathe anywhere else.
I don't remember if they did.
Yeah, I just thought about that, because I'm going back through the first episode, and I'm always like, wait.
Well, I mean, I don't think they really explained, like, a lot of how that worked, because I think he's supposed to be pretty similar to the Sebaceans, you know? They looked human and stuff, but they also...
Budget cost.
They also, like, their anatomy is kind of different as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe that part of the galaxy, there's just oxygen and stuff for him to be able to survive.
Just there. That's why it's a vacuum. It's all being sucked into that part of the galaxy. And, you know, I've always thought about that in Star Wars too, how just any species could live anywhere. Like, how does that work?
In that world, that's not a problem.
But how? That doesn't make sense.
It's another world. What do you mean? It's like, it's a different universe. The rules here don't apply there. Obviously, I mean, you see how different... They have the Force. There's like Yoda jumping like all around all crazy, and
he's all
like,
wrinkly and old.
Anakin having like premonitions and stuff, you know?
I guess so.
The rules don't apply there.
They can volley lasers and run out of fuel in space.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, yeah, the lob, the
yeah.
in space. Yeah.
Use a trebuchet.
It's the word that you know what that is.
I don't get how you guys don't know what a trebuchet is. Why would
I know what that is?
What do you mean? It was the pinnacle of, like, ballistic technology back in the day.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because I really needed to know that.
Well, I mean, for all you know, you might need it in space, since they use that, you know? They can volley a laser, which you can't even... like, how does... Anyways, well... I feel like depending on the overall scope, because I feel like if it was kind of like you know, I think I'm thinking like of The Fifth Element. You've seen that movie?
I seen it like a long time ago. So I remember parts of it.
Okay. Because I feel like that's what I'm thinking of too with like all those aliens and stuff, how they just had like all these cruise ships and stuff. It was just like a, like what if it was just like a cruise ship, like how we have some here and like, oh, we're just stopping by here at this port and picking up the passengers.
Wait, they had aliens in that movie?
Yeah, what?
I don't remember that part. I thought they were all human. I don't know.
Holy shit!
I just remember what's her name? Mila
Jokalakovich.
Sure.
Yeah.
I just remember like she was born like yesterday or whatever and can do all this shit.
Yesterday or the other day?
Huh?
Nothing.
Wasn't it like she was born the day before?
Literally,
right?
the first thing you see in the movie is aliens.
I don't remember. I honestly don't think I actually seen the whole movie.
Really? That's a really
know.
good movie.
I know like a lot of it. I do remember seeing it. I don't know how or when.
Do you remember the main bad guy?
No.
You don't remember? He was almost completely bald, but just from like here, he had really long hair that came down one side like this.
Not really. I do remember it, like there was weird styles in that because it's supposed to be futuristic.
Wow.
But no, like honestly, it wasn't until I saw like a picture or something, some pictures of the movie that I was like, oh yeah, I do kind of remember that, and I didn't realize it was those actors.
Yeah, 'cause that's what I was actually going to bring up, because I know the other day I brought up Sirius Black, and I was like, oh yeah, because that was Gary Oldman, and you're like, well, that was Gary Oldman, And I was going to bring up the bad guy in The Fifth Element was also Gary Oldman, and I just remember seeing that, and I was thinking like, what the fuck? Like, Gary Oldman's crazy. Like, he could be like all these different people that I would never know unless somebody told me he's an alien. But yeah, if it was a cruise ship and, it was just like, oh, do you want to get on the cruise ship? We're going through this like route in the galaxy. Which is just like, oh, yeah, sure. Oh, might as well just hop aboard, go on a cruise with all these other aliens and stuff. You don't know who's on there. Now there's multiple species. They could be anything.
I mean, I guess if I live in a world where that's normal, why not?
Well, it's not normal. Say it's just like the ship just stopped there. Like, to them, it's normal. To Earth, it's not.
I don't know then. I don't know. Because I've never seen an alien and I wouldn't, like, trust it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm paranoid.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, man.
What would you do? Would you get on it?
Maybe. I think I would, just because I feel like, again, it just invokes this more friendly environment. It just seems more
What
normal.
if that's what they use to get you?
Well, then I got. So, shit. At least I just hope they lube my ass before they stick the probe in, like. That'll be Clarence in the end.
Is that a character from the movie?
No, that was what they called the fish that I was like, what?
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
I was trying to do a,
call back.
Yeah. Oh, man. I thought you would have remembered.
No. I forgot you named him Clarence.
Yeah. I don't know why I named him Clarence, but it just seemed like a fitting name. I feel like I wouldn't believe Clarence, I think Clarence would be crazy. I don't think I've ever known anyone named Clarence.
I don't think I have either.
Well, I mean, I think overall, would you say then it's like you wouldn't really know what you would do in this situation?
I'm pretty sure I wouldn't go, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you have to lose? What do you fear?
My life? What? What do I have to lose?
I don't know. I feel like it's too great of an opportunity to pass by, because it's like, okay, yeah, I'll die, but that's going to happen anyways.
I don't know. For me, I'm like, what am I going to do in space?
See, space! What do you mean? You can go through, like, nebulas and quasars.
Whoa.
I don't know.
I don't know. For me, I'm just like, I'd rather just at least see Earth.
I just start
want,
small.
I just want to travel Earth,
I guess so.
Shit, basic bitch me,
But think about this. Think about how much of space you can see. Think of everything you can go and learn and get and stuff, and then come back to Earth. And think about how quickly you'd be able to traverse Earth or see things in Earth or do things on Earth now that you have, experienced everything else beyond,
Why would they want to take me on this journey?
Like I said, they were just nice nice alien guys. You know, just like, hey, yo, what's up? You know, like I said, like hippies. You know, just like, hey, hop in my van. I'm going to California. You know. No.
I don't know, man.
Different time, I guess.
Like you were in the 70s.
Well, I'm old. You just mentioned it, how old I am. So, yeah, you know, back in my hippie days.
Stupid.
When I had my long hair.
Oh yeah, huh? Your ponytail.
Yeah. Oh man, those were the days.
What's weird is I can't even like really remember what you looked like with long hair for some reason.
Uh-huh.
But I remember when you first cut it, I was like, that's weird. Like, whoa, what did you do?
I know how I was just telling you how I wanted the SD card reader so I could like transfer the files from that phone. I was going through the pictures and actually like found some that I had taken, and I had my long hair and I was just like, what? Like that looks so weird. But then the more I looked at it, I was like, wait, no, I remember, like that's what I should look like, you know, because I've had my hair long like my whole life and stuff. So it was just so strange that looked strange, you know.
Really? You've always had long hair like that?
Well, I mean, like I guess from when I was in high school, I guess, like actually, like in middle school too, I had long hair, but pretty much to the point where like I was like, oh, I'm a rebel, you know, I'm not gonna listen to my mom, you know, cool. My voice is deep now, so
I've gone through puberty. My balls have dropped now.
Finally. It's 10th grade, but it happened, you know. That I started growing out my hairs like since then, and it's always been like at least at my shoulders, and then it would get longer sometimes. But yeah, and then up until that point when I did cut it, that was the first time I had cut it since then. So I've, you know, for the majority of the life that I actually remember, I've had long hair, which is why I'm suffering so many hair problems now, because I'm like, I never had to really do anything with it. It would just hang down, or I'd put it in a ponytail. Never worry, but now all these hair issues.
That's why Ron is just like, honestly, like the reason why I'll have a beard or my hair will be longer sometimes is just I'm just lazy. But then when it gets long enough to where I have to style, I'm like, oh no, I'm just gonna cut it. That's what he says.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go bald though. I don't think I could do the bald, so...
I like just how all over the place this episode has been.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be about aliens.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know how it got to where it did most of the time. Yeah, I know even when I first started, before, like, I was gonna... I set up the question, and then we went into... I don't even remember what.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what went on this episode, but... I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed this.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, this was a journey in its own for you guys.
I mean, I had fun, though.
Oh, yeah, so. I did, too. We explored a lot.
Yeah, just not space.
Yeah, well, maybe one day. Please, Elon, if you're listening.
And I feel like I really need to watch Fifth Element now, because I don't remember any of it. You know what? I do remember, like, towards the end, there was, like, that action scene and stuff.
There was a lot of action scenes.
I know, but like...
that one action scene?
I remember like at the end, like when they're fighting the bad guy, like vaguely. Like it's coming back to me a little bit. But yeah, I think I was too young when I was watching that I didn't really pay attention to it all that well. And I've seen like millions of other shows and movies since then.
Yeah, I don't know. I just remember watching it over and over again as a kid, and I always loved it. And then as an adult, I rewatched it a couple times, and I think that's why I was so excited for that movie Valerian. Did we start watching that?
No. Okay,
I think I started watching it somewhere, and I was like, I know it, like a lot of people like disliked it, but you know, I wanted to watch it just because it was by the same guy who did Fifth Element, and I loved all the like creatures and like aliens and all the designs and everything in the movie. That I was like, that one looked like he took it to like, you know, like went super crazy with it. Like he had a crazy budget, and I was like, it looks so cool. Like I really wanted to just watch it just to see everything there, you know. It's the closest I can get to seeing space. So I don't know. That's what I like.
Yeah.
But yeah, so well, I'm super amped if you want to watch The Fifth Element.
All right, well, I guess that's what we're gonna go do.
Yes. All right. Well, again, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys later.
Yeah. All right. Bye.